Yeah, everybody hear that?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Got it.
Let me click on the got it. All right, welcome everybody. And I'm going to do, hang on a second. All right. We'll start the meeting. I was going to ring the bell, but I can't get to it. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Rotary Motto.
Service above self.
And why don't we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, sort of a special request for our moment of silence, the passing of a truly great American who exemplified service above self, General Colin Powell. And remember him in your thoughts and his family, a truly great American. Okay, thank you. A reminder to everyone, we are recording the meeting and Bill will follow up the meeting and post it out on YouTube. Paul's not going to be with us today. He'll be back next week when we will be meeting in person for the first time. And since I guess the free club meeting and as a single club since August when we met over in the park. But just to get a hands up count, let's see who is fine with meeting in person at the coffee house next week. Okay, and Bob Church, what do you say?
He's muted.
Okay.
He said
All
yes, though.
Okay. All right, well, look like, let's see, 12, 13 are good. Okay. All right, as far as COVID goes, Paul's last report is sort of status quo, and things nationally are still continuing to decline on the infections and on the death rates. We want everybody to get vaccinated, but we don't want people to feel shamed about it or blamed or shamed or pushed around because they choose not to. Personally, I think it's better to talk with them and just say, hey, you know what? Just think it's really a good idea because we want to see you here. We don't want to read in the paper any bad news about people. So please think about getting vaccinated. I think we're getting close for the children's portion of vaccine too. Most people don't realize that 48 million Americans are under the age of 12. That's a big chunk. That's about 13 to 14% of Americans are under 12. The vaccine is not for them yet. So once we get that approved, if parents get their children vaccinated, that's going to pick up a big piece. We are actually getting, we're right around 60% or even a little bit more of people fully vaccinated. We also have about 10% of people with at least one shot of the 2 shots. So what we were told in the beginning is 60 to 70% vaccinated or in some other way immune. Don't forget, we have, I think, about 30 million people who have had COVID and are thus, most of them would be immune. So we are very close. We're right around the 70% mark when you include the people who are previously infected. of immunity. And what we were told was hit the 70% mark and we've hit herd immunity. So we're right there. But still, it makes sense to get everybody vaccinated if we have it available. So don't pick on people or kick them around because they're not vaccinated. Understand some people just aren't going to get vaccinated. As a comparison to flu shots every year, less than 50% of the people get a flu shot. So we're doing real well as a nation getting vaccinated. Within 1 year, we're close to 70% immune. That's pretty damn good.
Just Chuck,
Yeah.
just to jump, heard that there was a COVID disease has been traced to the post 56 in Cheriton. The Lions were supposed to have a meeting there tomorrow and they canceled it. So I don't know if everybody's aware of that. Just want to put that out there.
Okay, post 56 at Sheraton.
It's
Okay.
funny, I haven't heard that, and I'm usually in the know on post 56, so.
Yeah, that's why I said that, because I wasn't sure
Who
the
told you
meeting was
that?
canceled because of that. Barney Self, Barney.
Yeah, I know Barney, yeah.
Yeah, well, you could check with him. He put that out.
Is it because maybe there's a lion, one of your lion members? Is that?
He said it was at the Post. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not going to say.
Well, I will follow up on that, Stan. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, please do, Bill. And if you find something out about it, some details.
Well, we got a meeting there tonight, so.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's
let me know.
all right.
All right. While we have Bill, we got World Polio Day coming up, and next week's meeting is going to be all about that, the purple pinky meeting. And Bill, I'll let you speak to it if you like.
Sure. For those of you that have not partaken of the World Polio Day, which in reality, they recognize a day, and that day is the 24th, which is a Sunday. But we as a club tried to get as close to that day as possible. And our meeting is on the 26th. So that's the day we are going to celebrate World Polio Day for the club. And we do that by doing the purple pinky. So I will be there with my End Polio Now shirt on that several of us have. And I will also have a small little thing of purple nail polish. And so you please come in and see me. I'll make sure I'll see you if you don't try to see me. And we try to encourage everybody to support Polio Plus. And in the past, the nominal gift is $5. However, it's whatever you decide to contribute. We've raised anywhere from $85 to over $120 at meetings, and it all goes to we give it to Paul, and it all goes into the foundation. The foundation supporting Polio Plus. So that's all it is. Very simple, and you'll get your pinky painted with whichever pinky you want. We'll try to take a picture of everybody's pinky in a circle or something after we've done it. And it would be nice to put that picture, somebody to send that into District 7600, at least shows that we were doing something. So
Yeah,
anyway,
good idea.
So that's it. Hope to see you there. Those
Okay.
13 that are here that said they'd be there. So and hopefully
Yeah.
we have others.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Just a reminder, I actually sent Reggie half a dozen ideas for speakers for our club meetings yesterday. If you have some in mind, he's still actively listening to suggestions. So drop him a quick email, or you could send it to me or give him a call. But get Reggie some ideas for speakers. We're kind of shifting to more local right now because we are going to start meeting in person. But Bill Payne and I will work on a way at some point here in the not too distant future on zooming in somebody as a speaker from somewhere else other than the Virginia Eastern Shore. So if they're in California or South America or whatever, Bill and I will let everyone know once we have that tested and we got it all worked out how to do that. But for right now, we concentrate a little more on local if we can and get people to come to the coffee house and speak with us. So looking for your suggestions.
Hey, and Chuck, to that point, next week, I'll bring my tablet and we'll start experimenting and fumbling around with how we can have hybrid meetings. It's going to be quite an undertaking because, you know, you want to project it on the screen and all of that. So we'll figure it out, but that's part of the plan to start working in that direction.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea, Bill. Yeah, we can either, well, probably be best after the meeting because we got a board meeting before and then the meeting, and then maybe after the meeting, you and I can start working through that. If, you know, we don't, well, we'll have to check with Roberta and see if we're going to be interfering with her serving lunch or whatever. But yeah, let's see if we can get that done next
Oh,
week.
Tuesday, they're closed, so that's not a problem.
Oh, okay. All right, good. All right, we'll get down to the projects. Caboose project, we're making good progress. We've got all the, pretty much all of the roof primed and ready to go. We're going to meet again Thursday and start getting the final black paint coat on there. Hopefully we can get it all done. But very definitely it won't take any more than 2 sessions. We have a little bit of the roof on the sides where it kind of bends over the sides, where we're cleaning that off, and we're going to have to prime that and paint it as well. We may get that primed this week. We got one side almost done, and we got to get the other side. It's just about maybe 6 or 8 inches of overhang of the roof that we're going to have to pay attention to. Bill Murphy, you're with us. Anything you want to add to that? Okay, all right. And as far as fire hydrants go, any updates, Bob Church? He's still on mute. Okay, we'll move on to the Marianne Smith School. Bill Payne?
Yeah, getting off mute. Nothing new to report with respect to the multi-grant, but stand by.
Okay, and Mehdi, I know you've been busy and out of town, but anything you want to add for the basket raffle?
Well, I have not really checked on the basket raffle, but I imagine it is going well.
Okay. And then anything updates on the YMCA, John Burtis?
I'll get the email out, but I want to have a meeting since we're going to be in person with the fundraising crew after the meeting next week or before, whichever seems to be the best workable time. So I'll get to them directly.
All right.
I'd like an update on the Invisible History Committee. Chuck.
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'd like to report on the Invisible History Project.
Yeah.
I think we are going to have a meeting of the entire committee on Thursday, 11 o'clock. So
Okay.
I'd like the entire committee to be present because we do need to to take a look at all the interviews that we are going to do and what to do about that later on.
All right.
Mary,
And I
did you
know-
get my note about a week ago that I can't make Thursday morning?
Yeah, right. Yeah, but that's the only time that you cannot make it, right?
Yeah, I can make other times.
Yeah, because I'd like to make that as a standing meeting every month.
Oh, okay. I'll just miss this one.
Yeah.
Okay, and Mehdi, I think it was Bill Payne that updated us last week and said pretty much, and I think Diane as well, that the question lineup is pretty much finalized and you're starting to be, the organization is starting to begin scheduling people to interview. Is that correct? And do you have anything else to add to that?
I'm ready to receive the scheduling of the interviews, and I have Bill already has done an interview, but I really have not received any other request for schedule. So we just need to address that at our meeting.
Okay, and Diane or Stan or anyone else have anything they want to add to that?
No, I think they've covered everything.
Okay. All right. I know that sounding like a broken record, but we are looking for a awards committee chairperson. And so speak up when you find yourself getting bored over the winter time and you want to throw a little report together with a few numbers on it. Let me know. Bill, you want to speak to the candidate forum coming up next week?
Yeah, but I'll speak up with Joan keeping an eye on me. She's my cohort on this.
Okay,
Just to remind everybody, our forum is 6 o'clock, October 26th in the Civic Center. And we've got a number of us volunteering to manage and conduct the forum. Our spearhead is Wayne Bell, who is a moderator, who will be running the show, and a number of us will be working in the background. And what Joan and I will do on Monday, the day before, is call each of you volunteers just to review your specific role. And again, we ask you to be there at 5:30 on Tuesday night so that we can, arrange the chairs and that sort of thing. Joan, would you add anything?
No, I think you've got it covered. The only point I guess that you didn't mention is that Libby Hume, who is the town clerk, has agreed to run the Facebook Live portion of the session. So she will be managing the broadcasting, and then we'll be managing any input that comes in from people who are submitting questions via Facebook Live.
Thank you, Joan. I knew I couldn't get it all without you. Thank
Hey,
you so
Bill or
much.
Joan, how many, I just haven't paid attention. How many vacancies and how many candidates are town council? What's up?
One
There-
vacancy, 2 candidates.
Okay, that's what I thought. So it's because of the change of election year that we only have 1 instead of 3, right? I mean,
Right. It's actually the election to replace officially Chris Bannon's position.
right, but we're not also usually we have 3 at a time, but it's because of the change in election year, we didn't get that this time.
Correct. It'll
Okay.
be next year.
Okay, thanks.
yeah, and that as a reminder for all, the election will be November the 2nd, Tuesday. So please be sure to vote. It's important.
And vote early. And you'll
Yeah.
be able to vote early on the 23rd and 30th at the Eastville Registrar's Office.
Thanks, Bill. Okay, I
You
see
can
we have,
also vote early during the week at the registrar's office,
okay,
not just the
And-
weekends.
all right. And I'm sorry, I'm going to sidetrack here just a moment. I see we have Jim Rich here. Hi, Jim. Glad to see you. Hey, I just wanted to make a real quick point to you. I actually went back into the Eastern Shore Post online, and I found archives all the way back to, I think, 2007 or so. I've been reading all through the newspapers from all those years. It's a gold mine of information. I do a lot of genealogy work, so I'm picking up a lot of the stories, particularly on Tangier Island and the families over there. So I just wanted to mention that to you. It's really a great resource, and I've really been kind of focused in on reading all those papers. So
Well, I'm just a volunteer, but I'm glad to hear that. And I think
I see a lot of your
it's a gem.
photographs. I see a
Good,
lot of your
thank you.
photographs in there attributed to you. So good stuff. Highway cleanup, I think we have a tentative date right now. Al is working on this, and I'll let you speak to that.
Sure. I spoke to Bonnie at VDOT. We said the November 6th. She said that doesn't conflict with anything. So Friday on the 5th, I'm going to run over there and pick up our supplies. And November the 6th, 8 to 12, we can meet over where the golf cart place is, right? And
Yeah.
I'll send out some information ahead of time, but basically I procured a truck, and I will get the supplies, and we will be there in the morning of November 6th. And whoever can join us, please jump right in so we can pick up some trash and get our quarterly cleanup done.
Great. What time was the start time on that again?
Well, I'm shooting for 8 to 12. I know that there's a bunch of things. It's a Saturday, so people have things going on. I'm hoping if we can knock it out early,
Okay.
we'll be good to go. It may not last till 12, but we never know.
Okay. I will put out a message to everyone in the club to get a sign-up sheet going. Typically, we like to have, Bill Payne, you can correct me on this. I think typically we try to have 12 people volunteer, right? 3 on each
No, we
side.
try to get the whole club to volunteer.
Yeah, but I mean, as a minimum, you know, we need 3 on the north side and 3 groups on the south side. So we need a minimum of 12 people. So if you like to get outside a little bit, nice cool day, beautiful day, sign up. I'll put a sign up sheet out to everyone. I'll copy everybody in the club in. And if you want to give Al a call personally, that's fine too. But we haven't done this in a while, so it'd be fun to see each other that day as well.
And Chuck, I'll try to get some volunteers from the 2 high schools.
Sounds good. That'd be great.
Awesome.
Don't forget a rain date.
Good point. But good point. I'll have to look into that and see if we can't do it. If not Saturday, Sunday,
Okay.
something like that.
Sounds good, Al. Bill Payne, I got a question for you. We've been talking a bit. This is kind of leaking into the assembly meeting, but if we wanted to set up a little table in Strawberry Plaza with a sign on it, Rotary Club, and hand out some literature there and speak to people about it, do we need a permit, or do we need?
No. We don't ask to do anything.
Okay.
If the cops run us off, then we go down a few doors, but.
Okay. What I'm kicking around.
And we've got a crack lawyer in the club, you know, why worry?
As long as
He is that. He's
Do you
maybe
have the
on
key?
crack. I don't know about that.
Do you have the keys to handcuffs, John?
As Bill knows, I tell prospective clients, don't call me in a criminal matter because it's a waste of your call, and I'll see you stay in jail for a long time. I'm really just that good a lawyer. So if you get arrested, don't call me. You'll be a good idea.
What I'm kind of thinking is we pick a day, maybe once a month, where we set up a table with a Rotary banner hanging down the front of it and a handful of literature. At this time of the year, most of the people in town that we see and may step up to talk to us are going to be residents, because the vacation season is over. So those are our prime
Save to desktop.
Those would be our prime targets to hand off literature to and speak with them and try and recruit some members to the club. So just an idea I'm kicking around. So that kind of leads into our assembly meeting piece, and anyone that wants to speak up about anything, ideas, ideas for recruitment, ideas for projects, anything like that, we're interested in hearing about. So anybody want to raise their hand and speak up? Go ahead, Bill Payne.
Yeah, I just want to endorse your idea, Chuck, of being out and being visible. You know, we have an opportunity also when we meet again. We've got that big sandwich stand. Is that what you call it? A sandwich stand?
Sandwich board.
Sandwich board to put outside when we have meetings, you know, that'll help. But I'm glad Jim is here because Jim, what do you think of an ad in the paper? Would that cost us very much?
Jim, you're on mute.
I'm not a big fan of paying for ads.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Rotary clubs should pay for ads. And we qualify for a nonprofit rate, and the other problem with the Post, as much as I think it's a gem of a newspaper, most of its circulation is in Accomack County. And so if we were going to run an ad, we would want to do it in conjunction with the other two Rotary clubs. So I think it's just a little complicated. And my gut hunch is that as soon as we start meeting in person, a lot more people are going to get interested. I, for one, have been holding off on inviting 2 friends to join simply because I was waiting for us to meet in person. So before we start spending money, I think I'd like to see us pursue other avenues.
Well, it makes sense what you're saying about the Eastern Shore Post, primarily focused on Accomack, because I think their printing office or their office is in only, right? Which is in Accomack County. So they're actually.
Yes, their advertising base is also in Accomack County. So
yeah.
So Bill.
Save to clip, save to desktop.
So if you submit a small piece, they'll put it in for free in the community notes portion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you happy to arrange that?
Yeah, I've talked, you know, I've done this many times for the Post, the American Legion. And so they'll do that for a nonprofit.
The better way, I feel, the best way for us to be out in the community is to just keep doing service projects. And when we do service projects, to make it clear to the community who we are. You were picking up trash by the road. We have a big Rotary banner, which would suggest that we are not actually on the work release program. And you know, and I say we post that where, you know, wherever we go.
Yeah, so no wearing orange jumpsuits when we're out there cleaning the highway.
But seriously, we do have T-shirts, and we should wear our T-shirts.
Yes, that's true.
And Connie,
however, if you wear that vest, you cover it up. So maybe you put the vest around your waist so the T-shirt will show.
Yeah.
And Connie will, if you have a picture and you know you put a caption below it, like who's that and whatever, that she'll post that too for no charge. So
yeah.
Well, and you know, we're really talking about your space, Rich. now that you've rejoined the club.
Yeah, we may be
Yes,
kind
you,
of,
Jim. You agreed
may
to
be
be
kind of-
the,
Listen, I don't like Zoom meetings.
I know,
No,
but
no,
you know,
no.
next week you kick
There you
in.
go. All right.
Hey, Chuck,
See you then.
we didn't do happy dollars today.
we're gonna get to that.
Okay,
Yeah, we're gonna finish this up and then we'll go to Happy Dollars.
okay.
That's on my agenda in that order.
right.
The thing with the post, as I mentioned to Jim, I've been reading more and more into that. There really is. I was surprised at all the interesting local stories that are in there. So I really see that as a fairly good resource to get some mention in one way or another about the Rotary Club. And maybe we as we do highway cleanups, as we do caboose restorations, as we do other things in the community, either funnel it through Jim or send it directly to the Post editors to see if they're interested in running stories on it. Would you agree with that, Jim?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so maybe it's kind of up to us to push the stories on top of them and let them sort through it. They seem to pick up a lot of local stories, so I would think that they'd be interested in hearing some of this. And maybe it's time for us to get a little loud and a little vocal with what we do and run it past the editors and Jim Rich, and let's see what they pick up for us. Any other ideas out there for projects, recruitment, whatever's on your mind?
Just a quick comment or question. When we do this candidates forum, I mean, I'm assuming we should bring some literature with us for the people that attend in person, right? So anytime we go out with whatever outdoor activity, we have printed material someplace that we can make sure to bring with us, right?
Yeah, we do, Al, and that's a good point, because we'll probably have a little table there where people can, put their questions on the 3x5 cards, and I'll print up some additional brochures. I think we have pretty good brochure. Paul Strong put it together a few years ago, and I've been keeping it up to date. So absolutely. Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Bill Payne and Joan, does it make sense, or can we, for the Facebook broadcast piece of that, is there some way to get a mention in there of the Rotary Club being a part of the organization working to get that broadcast out?
We are the organization, and we will brag about it.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's another way to get our name out there as a volunteer organization.
Yeah, by nature, I think most of us don't like doing that, but we have to toot our own horn.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, how do people know about us and what we do? I'm sure there's.
For next Tuesday, do you want the banner? I won't be there Tuesday evening, but I have the banner that we use at the raffle.
Yes.
I'd say why not?
We just need a table to hang it on, and
Yeah,
that'll be there. I'm sure there'll be some table.
Randy, on one of your trips through, Cape Charles, if you would just give me.
I'll bring it. No, I'll be at our meeting. on
Okay,
I
Tuesday,
just won't be
okay.
there Tuesday evening, so I'll bring it to the club meeting on Tuesday.
Okay,
Yeah, we had
thank
the
you.
board meeting, and then we have the club
Right.
meeting.
Okay,
So the
good.
same day.
Good.
Yeah,
Well, and
great
one
idea.
other thing, if it's there, I could be invisible when I drive the highway. I usually am. My mind's somewhere else, unfortunately. But most towns, especially smaller towns you go into, you see the Kiwanis, the Rotary sign on a pole somewhere. I assume we don't have one up somewhere, and should we?
We had one, and what happened to it?
No idea.
Don't we have one in
It's
Cape
still
Charles?
there. It's still there.
Yeah.
It's on the corner of Fig and Randolph, where there's where the sign is, and it's right there. It's always been
Okay.
there.
All
Okay,
right, good. I'll look for it.
Okay.
maybe
I
we need a
will
bigger
too.
one.
Thank you for bringing that up because I've never noticed it. And we may need to cut some shrubbery away or move it to a more prominent location.
It's a big sign, and it's there.
Okay.
You just got to look for it. A lot of people, you're right. It's not very prominent. It's not like right next to the entrance to the town, but you know, it's you got this thing with the right of way, VDOT right of way. So you know, it's on town property. So
Okay, good.
And didn't we have a sign that we're maintaining Route 184 Stone Road?
that's right. We did have that, and that's a VDOT sign that they put that up. So if it was knocked down, somebody needs to contact them and have them put it back up, because that's totally VDOT.
Yeah, it was knocked down and never replaced, and we just kind of forgotten about it.
I can ask Bonnie about it, give her a call and just say, you know, what do we do to get it replaced?
Yeah.
Where was it, on Old Stone Road?
Yeah.
Yeah, Stone Road, right after you turned onto it from 13, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, if in passing Al, if you talk to her, just ask her or tell her we had a sign there, it's been knocked down. What do we need to do to get it restored? So,
All right.
okay. All right. Any other ideas? Kind of picking your brain here today.
Well, I'd like to ask Jim, I thought that you were working on a website for the club.
Yeah, and I made the project a little bit too fancy. So I think, yeah, I hear you. And I'm just gonna do it more simply and just get it done.
Well, Jim, do you need help?
No. Therapy, but no.
Yeah, that's why we have to get back to regular meetings, so we can get Jim, because I know Jim is a powerful guy, and but then this COVID thing has put him, you know, out of commission. So
You've got to write that down so I can show it to my wife, because she doesn't believe any of it. Thank
no,
you.
I've seen you in action, Jim, and we've missed you, buddy.
Okay,
But and I was just so happy to see you today.
thank you.
I was kind of waiting for, I am the powerhouse in my house. And my wife told me I could say that. She said it was okay if I said that. Question for Mehdi on the invisible history thing. I know you're looking to get historic signs put up, or is there going to be some kind of a mention or insignia on those signs of Rotary, or some way relating Rotary to the information that you're putting together for the public out on these facilities that you're looking at?
Really have not discussed that, but the project will be announced as a service community project of the Rotary Club.
Okay, all right. Jim, I don't know if you're interested or following along with that, but this whole the whole project of the invisible history is to raise awareness, particularly in the town of Cape Charles, but some of the surrounding area too, of Black history and Black historical facts within those areas. And I don't, again, kind of relating the club to that effort and a bit of history sounds like a news story to me that maybe the Eastern Shore Post may be interested in picking up on. Does it sound that way to you?
Yes, it certainly could, certainly could. Yeah, I guess
And-
you're far along and we're far enough along that it's starting to look real. The big story is always when you launch, but it wouldn't hurt to just say, hey, this is what we're planning. We got all the questions together. We're going to start interviews. It's a good time. It's a good
Yeah,
time.
and I'm thinking, you know, interviews with the people that are part of that effort, like Maddie, like Bill Payne, Bill Murphy, and Tom, particularly Tom, because this Tom Godwin was the sort of the start of the whole project with the book that Maddie wrote about him. So kind of that whole project is growing around that. So it's kind of a human interest story of how it got started and the people involved in it too, as well as the information that they're putting together. So it would be great if the Post would actually talk to the people, Mehdi, Stan, Bill Payne, Bill Murphy, and Tom Godwin in particular, and kind of pull the whole thing together, because it's sort of a big thing that's it in itself is going unnoticed and sort of invisible with all the people that are involved in this right now.
Well,
So,
Chuck,
yeah.
well, we are really getting ready to publicize this into the community, and we are going to open up the information. Right now, we have just collecting our ideas about how to go about the project. But the information to the community is part of the next step that we are going to do, because we are now going to talk with the people in the community, and the word is getting out. So we need to invite them to participate. And so we need a community forum to introduce the project. And we're planning to involve the churches and other community organizations in order to launch the project. So we are really going to launch this project publicly sometime in the future.
Well, I understand that. I'm just looking for the press, for news agencies to pick up on what you're doing, because that's going to get the word out even more and more widespread.
Oh, you mean the Washington Post? I thought you were talking about the Eastern Shore Post.
Well, if we could get, if we could get that, that'd be great too.
You're on that. You're on the right track.
Yeah, if we could get that, I'd be for that too. But we'll start local and see how big it can get. But you know, Mehdi, I wasn't sure whether you had a contact with the Post or were even thinking about it. But you know,
we have this all down the pipeline, and we have a timetable for this.
Okay. All right.
Right, yeah, I think Maddie's right that, you know, you don't want to be premature. There's probably certain things she'd like to have accomplished before she starts publicly, you know, newspaper article announcing it.
All right. Just kind of throwing it out there. And that's what this discussion piece is all about, throwing ideas out there. Anybody else have some contributions, anything they want to bring up? No matter what it is. Mark, I'll ask you to comment if you can about COVID booster shots, where we're at with that in the area.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, anybody that would like to get a booster can have one. We're scheduling people here for the Moderna booster, and we don't have any appointments until early in November, but we are doing them. You can do them through the pharmacy. You have to, I know for Rayfield, you have to register online. I'm not sure about CVS and Walgreens, if you can walk in or if you need to pre-register or that sort of thing. And, you know, I think they said if you had the Johnson & Johnson, you should get a booster if it's been 2 months or more since your original dose. And, I think it's a good idea to get a booster.
Okay, what is the spread time now between getting your flu shot and getting a booster shot? What kind of time between should you allow?
You can do them both on the same day if you like. When they originally came out with the COVID vaccine, they said to wait 2 weeks before you get any other vaccinations, but now they said they did away with that, so you can get the flu shot and the COVID shot on the same day if you would like to.
Okay. I think Bill Murphy, you had the booster shot already, and you had a little bit of a down day the next day with it, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing serious, just, tired, a little bit of fever, same thing, that reaction I had after the second one, but, nothing too bad. In less than 24 hours, it was gone.
Yeah, pretty much. I experienced the same thing with the second COVID shot. And I did get the flu shot, but it's kind of funny because I had a reaction to it and I did not understand it at all. I still don't. The next day, I felt a little down, a little sluggish after the flu shot. And then a little later in that day after, for some reason, my left butt cheek hurt. I mean, the whole thing. It wasn't bone or anything. It was kind of hard to figure out whether it was muscle or what, but it was like my whole butt cheek hurt on the left side. I took some Aleve and then it felt better. And the flu shot is in your arm, not your butt cheek. So I don't know if that was a reaction to the flu shot or just some fluky thing that happened to me that particular day.
You need to take your wallet out of your back left pocket.
I keep my wallet on the right side, not the left side.
I think it's
Hey,
all
were
that
you riding your bike that
fancy.
day? Were you riding your bike that day or what?
No, like I say, I was feeling a little sluggish, so I was just kind of moping around, and then all of a sudden that popped up. It was a real pain in the, you know what, and I'm not kidding about that. The PIA.
Well, that was certainly an interesting share.
Okay, if we have no more, Tom, go ahead.
Yes, I'm interested in getting tested. Is that difficult if I want to go out and get a test? Well, what do I have to do? Sometimes I feel like I need to get a test, especially in my occupation.
Well, they have these rapid tests you can buy at a lot of the pharmacies and do those at home. And I think the Walgreens and CVS are doing testing, and we're doing testing here. You'd have to get it approved by the doctor. But there is an availability for testing for people that want it.
Okay, sometimes when I know I'm walking in a room with it, I feel I need to take a test, even though I'm using all the precautions I can. I get a little antsy about it sometimes.
Well, remember what the symptoms are, Tom. It's you lose your sense of smell and your sense of taste. So that's something to look for. Okay, Bill, guess what we're going to get ready to do here now? Happy dollars. Now we're into it. And hopefully we got a lot of happy people out there. Who wants to start up the happy dollars? Go ahead, John.
I want to say I've been gone a couple of weeks, had different things going on. And when I got my bill from Randy for the club, I'm going to join Happy Dollars Anonymous for some of the things I've been doing in the past. That I've been a little crazy on this. However, I have $15 today, and the first 5 is I had a really good visit and lunch with Kelvin Jones, and we'll be talking more about that later and get him back active in the club as well. Last week, my oldest daughter was 51 years old on October 16th, and it brings back memories of going to the West Virginia Pitt game on October 18th in 1970, which, although approved by my now ex-wife, was not really meant to be approved. She said, sure, go. And I heard about it for 30 years and still hear about it. Bobby Bowden was coaching. We lost 36-35 after being ahead 35-7. However, the last part of my happy dollars is I was really torn last week. Our two biggest rivals, two of the three, Pitt and VPIs, we always called them, played each other. And as you may know, Pitt really put a licking on VPI. So I don't know what Murphy's going to wear to celebrate the season they're having. But West Virginia beat them, Pitt beat them. They play Holyoke Girls School next week, and I think they're actually underdogs in that game too. So we'll see. But anyway, Murphy, nice.
I have no words for that. I really don't.
It's hard for me when Pitt's playing West VPI. I just like, who do you cheer for? I like nobody, the bands, But anyway,
Yeah.
I was really stunned to see that. But you'll be getting a new coach, I hear, so maybe things will get better, right?
Yeah, we need one of the Beamers back.
Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
Okay. Bill Payne.
I got my bill today from Randy. Thank you, Randy. Oh, Randy's gone. No, he said he would be gone. And it does, it's like a splash of cold water in your face, but I'm not going to let it stop me because it's for a good cause. And I guess I'm really happy today because Jim Rich showed up and he took all my abuse like a star. He really is a force of nature. So I have a $10 happy dollars to celebrate Jim's return to the fold. See, I feel responsible for Jim because you remember we had the drawing and Jim, this guy showed up with a camera. It was in Strawberry Park and the rest is history.
Yep.
So that's $10.
Okay, got it.
Thank you.
All right, who else has some happy dollars? Go ahead, Al.
So I am almost at my goal of raising funds for the Navy SEAL Foundation, and I have 10 happy dollars, especially thanking all of you who pitched in. I really appreciate your support. So it's 10 happy dollars because I'm almost at my goal. Thank you.
Okay.
How short are you, Al?
About $800. Yeah, about $800 short, but I'm getting there. I have a plan.
Okay. Keep us reminded of that.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Thank you, Vol. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's right after the first of the year you'll be doing that, right?
That is correct.
Okay. And just a reminder to everybody, Al is a long distance swimmer and he's going to be going down to Tampa Bay. Is that correct, Al? And making the long swim?
It's a 3.5 mile swim across Tampa Bay to raise funds for the Navy SEAL Foundation.
Right.
January 6th, I think.
So a good cause.
Thank you all
All right.
for your support.
More happy dollars? Anyone? Go ahead, Joan.
I have 5 happy dollars because I was able to drive to Connecticut last weekend and visit with my sister and nephew and a whole bunch of cousins. Haven't seen them in a long time, so that was great. And I have another 5 happy dollars because I booked a vacation on the Outer Banks at the beginning of November. So I'll be gone for a week then.
I've been meaning to get down there. I'd love to get down there. I just gotta, I don't want to be down there during the season. I want to go off season like you're going. I got to get that done. That's on my wish list. Jim, go ahead.
I would like to put $10 in for 10 happy dollars in, both to match Bill Payne's donation and to celebrate the fact that you all didn't make me attend as a guest today.
Yeah, there was no free lunch.
Jim, I like your style. Okay, any more happy dollars? All right, As I mentioned a little bit earlier, we're going to be working on the caboose this Thursday at 10 a.m. So if you have a little bit of time, we could definitely use the help. So please stop by the Cape Charles Museum and wear some old cruddy clothes and pitch in. We can get this paint job done. We get the roof done and we're finished for the season. And then when the weather starts getting nice after the first of the year, we're going to get on the sides. The sides will be a lot easier than the roof. So getting that roof stabilized is our priority this year. So pitch in 10 o'clock Thursday is when we're going to meet over there if you'd like. And the weather looks good. All right. Remember to call your buddies, invite friends and neighbors as we discussed. And Jim will look for your two friends to show up at one of our in-person meetings, which will start next week, by the way. So don't forget that. And
yeah. Remember, this is a great excuse for everyone in the club to go back to people that maybe they talked to before, or maybe they've been thinking about and holding off, and inviting them to come, because this is a real Rotary meeting.
I agree 100%. Okay.
Chuck,
And okay,
wait,
Bill,
wait,
why don't
Chuck.
we go ahead with the four-way test for Rotary, what we think, do, and say. Number one, is it the truth? Number two,
Is it fair to all concerned?
3,
Will it build goodwill and better
Friendships.
4,
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
and Stan,
We shall have fun.
you better believe it. All right, thank you, everyone. Take care, enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.